Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
Last night at the Big A, the Angels busted out with the long ball, and finally their high-powered offense was hitting on all cylinders. Tonight, the Halos look to stay charged up as they go for the series win. Royals and Angels is next. Gorgeous night for baseball here at the Big A. The Halos had the long ball going last night. 4 home runs as they picked up the win 6-2. The final tonight, see if Barry Enright can pick up the rubber game of the series against the Kansas City Royals. Hi, everybody, from inside the Big A and alongside my partner, Mark Gubas. I'm Victor Rojas. So glad you could join us for Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West. And we mentioned that long ball. It's the first time this year that both Josh Hamilton and Albert Pujols have hit a home run in the same game. And that's a good sign as far as the Angels are concerned. Hopefully they can continue to do that.
Yeah, Victor, how great was that to see? Not only for those two, but the rest of the lineup more relaxed when their big power guys are swinging the bat like they did last night. Albert Pujols got a pitch on the inner half and crushed that ball to left center field. Good swing through the baseball, saw it and delivered. Josh Hamilton, a mammoth home run to center field. Pitch that was down off the end of the bat sort of, and still hits that ball out about 450 feet to center. So when those two guys are swinging the bat, Trumbo, Trout, everyone else is relaxed in the lineup because they know they can drive them in. They can go back to their normal swings and be productive themselves. So Hamilton, Pujols, driving. Much better team, much better opportunity to win tonight.
Yeah, 11 hits total. The impressive thing is they did it against Jeremy Guthrie, a guy who had not lost since August 8th of last season. So good signs for the Angels offense. Mentioned Barry Enright is going for the Halos. Wade Davis is going for Kansas City. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A, so sit back and relax. We've got the lineups in the first pitch when we return. Angels baseball is brought to you by your Southern California Hyundai dealers. Come in and test drive the sleek, stylish Hyundai Sonata today. By Jack in the Box, the Chipotle Chicken Club combo is back for a limited time at Jack in the Box. And by Corona, who invites you to find your beach. wasting any time taking the field. The rubber game of the series between the Royals and the Angels. Let's promptly give you the lineup for Ned Yost and the Kansas City Royals. They roll into town in third place in the American League Central, 2.5 games back with a 19-17 record. Gerard Dyson leading things off at center field. Alcides Escobar is the shortstop. Alex Gordon at left. Billy Butler at DH. Eric Hosmer's at first base. Lorenzo Cain back in right field. Mike Moustakas at third. Salvador Perez is doing the catching, and Elliott Johnson gets the start tonight and playing second base. Very similar lineup to what Joe Blanton faced in Game 1 of the series on Monday night. But tonight, Barry Enright looks to follow what Jason Vargas did last night, and that was a win in 7+ innings.
Well, the big thing against these Kansas City hitters, you have to establish a fastball in the inside corner, then go away with your two-seam fastball. Barry Enright has that ability to spot his fastball, his curveball, slider, changeup, solid, but he's got to get that mindset of pitching inside.
Defensively for the Angels behind Enright, you've got J.D. Chuck in left field. Mike Trout is at center. Josh Hamilton back in right. The infield has Alberto Callaspo, Eric Ibar, Howie Kendrick, and Mark Trumbo around from third to first. Chris Inett is doing the catching.
And when Barry Enright is throwing the ball well, he's keeping it down. He should get some ground balls, and Howie Kendrick should get a lot of action at second base. Has committed 5 errors so far this year, has turned 21 double plays at second base. .972 fielding percentage. Howie's been very solid at second.
Barry Enright making his second start. This is Tommy Hanson spotted the rotation. Tommy on the restricted list, and still no news as to when he might be back. First one tonight is just outside. 1 ball, no strikes on Dyson. Gerard Dyson hitting .270 with a home run and 7 runs batted. It did not play last night. He went 2 for 6 in Monday night's game. Strike to even the count. Enright in the start, his first of the year, on May the 10th against the White Sox. Went 3 1/3. 5 runs, all earned on 4 hits. Ground ball towards short. Ibar's got it. He's going to have to hurry. There's out number 1. So with 1 out, Escobar coming up. We'll check out the Kia standings in the American League West. The Angels roll into this one in 4th place still. 10 games back, 10.5, with Texas having taken care of the Oakland Athletics earlier this afternoon. So Oakland and Seattle currently 7 back.
Well, nice play by Eric Ibar. That tough little hop with Dyson running down the line. I know you have to field it, but you have to make a strong throw to get that first out. Good sign. Enright getting the ground ball out.
Alcides Escobar had a 1 for 4 game last night as he looks at a strike. Royals shortstop hitting .267 with 3 home runs, 16 runs batted in. Escobar with a good year last year with KC. Missing low. 1 ball, 1 strike. .293 last year, career high for him. And 35 stolen bases. Here's the 1-1. Fouled off to the right, 1-2.
A good life with the fastball out there from Enright. Fastball in, 2 fastballs away with great movement. Good velocity also. Enright settles around 87 to 92 range. He's already popped a couple 93-mile-an-hour fastballs.
Here's the 1-2. Breaking pitch, grounded over to second base. Howie. He's got it. 2 outs.
Back up breaking pitch. Escobar unable to stay back on that pitch, ran inside, easy ground ball to Howie Kendrick.
2 outs, nobody on. Alex Gordon. Mentioned a cloud in the sky, just a beautiful night for baseball, though Howie right now having to deal with a little bit of sunshine, a little ribbon of sunshine coming through the upper deck. As he stands over in that second base position, having to deal with that sunshine. Well, Gordon take a strike, breaking ball. Gordon, the left fielder, in .321 after going 1 for 4 last night, picked up his 9th double. Pretty good drive the opposite way. Swings and misses on that one.
Good changeup followed by a nice fastball at 92. Gordon with some real good numbers on the road. .346 with 5 home runs and 17 RBI hitting on the road.
Foul back. Count remains at no balls and 2 strikes. Just underway. The ground ball out for Barry Enright to start this one off. Kansas City 9-9 out on the road. Midst of a 10-game road trip for them. They'll head up to Oakland this weekend. They have an off day tomorrow. And they finish up in Houston. Just missed in. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Looks like he has him set up for a changeup away right now after a couple fastballs on the inner half.
This being the 4th appearance for Enright with the Angels this season. Back inside with a changeup. Product of Pepperdine University. Picked up in a trade with the Diamondbacks last year. 2-2 on the way. This is grounded to the right side. Trumbo dives. So does Kendrick, and it's through. So a 2-out single brings up Billy Butler here in the first.
Gordon continues to swing the bat well on the road. Gets another base hit just by Trumbo and Kendrick. 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Got a lot of the plate. Iannetta setting up away, but got middle part of the plate and hit it well through Trumbo and Kendrick into the outfield.
Butler will step in. Big series already for him. Takes a breaking ball for a strike. Butler last night 2 for 4 with a double and a home run. Double is 8th. The home run is 5th. 2 runs batted in. He's got 7 RBIs. The first 2 games of the series combined. Not a very big lead for Gordon at first base. Butler chops it foul.
And Butler, you can pitch him fastballs in when it's at least at the belt or higher inside. Very good down and in. That's the ball he's going to turn on. So if you're going fastball, go around belt high. It's really good as far as coverage on the outer half of the plate, especially with a slider. A slow curveball in the dirt can be effective against him.
Iannetta setting up outside. Step off. Gordon took a couple extra steps as that ball bounced in the dirt. Iannetta picked it clean, so Gordon able to scamper back to the bag.
Looking back at this series so far, Gordon has gotten a hit with 2 outs all 3 of the games. Trying to get a secondary lead with the ball in the dirt. And Iannetta keeps it in front. Quick throw to the first base.
Barry with base runners on board, very deliberate, as is Wade Davis, Royal starter, and Butler hammers one out to left field. J.B. Shuck has got a beat on it though. And the inning comes to an end. No runs, a hit, 1 left on. We'll head to the bottom of the first with no score here at the Big A. And Mike Scioscia starting 9 very quickly. Derek Ibar would lead things off at short. Mike Trout is at center. Pujols will serve as a DH tonight. So Mark Trumbo gets a start at first base. Josh Hamilton is back in right field. Howie Kendrick at second. Callaspo at third. Chris Iannetta is doing the catching, and it's J.B. Shuck batting ninth and playing left field. They take on the 27-year-old right-hander, native of Lake Wales, Florida, by the name of Wade Davis.
Wade Davis fastball, 89-93 range. He'll throw a cut fastball, curveball, changeup.
Eric Ibar last night, 2 for 4, a couple of singles, looks at a strike. Eric hitting .286, 5 doubles, a couple of runs batted. Moustakas in on the grass at third base. We'll get to the Royals defensively here in just a moment. This one's popped up on the first base side, curling towards the seats. He's out of play. 0-2 count at Ibar. Davis, a guy that was acquired in the offseason, along with James Shields from the Tampa Bay Rays. A package deal that included super prospect Will Myers, but a guy that came over from Tampa Bay, put right into that starting rotation after spending all of last season in the bullpen for Tampa Bay. 0-2. Up and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And his fastball, average fastball, has been dropping the last couple of years, but out of the bullpen, average around a 93-mile-an-hour fastball so far this year at 91. A little bit different as far as challenging hitters with his fastball out of the bullpen as compared to starting.
Davis is one of those guys that will throw a lot of pitches. We'll see a lot of base runners, at least this year, especially 50 hits and 35 in the third innings. 28 strikeouts, 15 walks. They pitched in 54 games out of the pen last year for Joe Madden, and when he was great for that bullpen. 3-0 with a 2.43 earned run average. Ibar slaps one, and a terrific leaping catch by Mike Moustakas, robbing Ibar of extra bases. 1 out. He timed that perfectly.
That baseball looked like for sure it was going to get over Moustakas' head. Right at the right time, leaps up and makes a great play. He's made a lot of really, really good plays this year at third base, but there's been a couple throws that he has made which generally don't see. Have been erratic at times for Moustakas, but a very well-timed jump here to get the first out of the inning by Mike Moustakas.
1 out for Trout, who looks at a strike.
Yeah, Victor, you mentioned his ERA last year as a reliever, 2.43. Over 3 runs allowed, more so as a starter this year. 50 hits allowed and 35 2/3 innings pitched and 15 walks also.
In the dirt, evens the count up. Trout had a 1-for-2 game last night. Home run and a sacrifice fly, a couple of runs batted it, hitting .286 now. 7 home runs, 27 RBIs, 11 doubles, 3 triples. In the air to right field. This one will chase Kane back. Just shy of the track. Make the catch. 2 outs. I think Kane thought that might have been the 3rd out. Check out the defense for the Royals. Gordon, Dyson, Kane from left to right in the outfield. Moustakas, Escobar, Johnson, and Hosmer around from third to first. Perez doing the catching.
And we talk about Alex Gordon with the bat. He's been doing a great job this year for the Royals. He's excellent in the outfield. 7 outfield assists last season, 41 in his career. And he was drafted and first came up as a third baseman. 2 outfield assists this season.
Albert fouls that one at the plate. It's an 0-1 count. 4 solo home runs for the Angels last night. Albert hit the first one. 6th of the year. Ended up going 2 for 4. Breaking pitch popped up down the right field line. Long run in for Kane. The right fielder's not going to get there. It falls in for a hit. And Albert may have twisted his ankle a little bit as he rounded first base.
Right when he hit the corner of the base, he's looking to see if that ball got away from Kane. He's going around the base, looking where the baseball is at, and right there, corner of the base, turns his ankle over.
Well, the last thing he wants to be dealing with. But a hit for Albert, and that'll bring up Trumbo. Mark last night went 0 for 4. Fouled back.
Well, Wade Davis has that similar type of delivery from the stretch as James Shields.
Yep.
Not easy to steal against. Not that Pujols is going to be running here, but he's allowed 1 stolen base and 3 have been caught against him.
Bouncer foul on the third base side. 0-2 count. Trumbo now 264 with 9 home runs and 27 runs batted in.
Well, James Shields and Wade Davis both with that slow look over the first base as they get in the stretch position. That used to be something that all Baltimore Oriole pitchers did back in the day, from Mike Boddicker to Dennis Martinez. All of them were taught that same way of getting in the stretch position to better look over first base.
0-2 pitch. Bouncer down the line. Stockis with the backhand will go the short way, and they force out Pujols. The inning comes to an end. 1 complete here at the Big A. We're scoreless. Kana Moustakas here in the Royals half of the second. Hosmer, the first baseman, looks at a curveball for a strike. Hosmer 0 for 4 last night, hitting .258 with a home run and 11 runs batted in. 4 doubles, 1 triple. Plantation, Florida. His first round picks that the Royals have had. And credit the Royals really because the struggles that they've had record wise, getting first round picks year after year. They've hit on a number of them, which was not always the case, especially in the 90s. Hosmer fouls it back.
Yeah, the conversation and word was always signability. They were just trying to draft somebody in that first round that they knew they had a good chance of signing. And then all of a sudden the philosophy changed in development for Kansas City. A lot of real good young players and drafting the best player that was available in their spot in that draft order.
Just off the plate, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And, Gordon, Hosmer, Moustakas, Aaron Crow. It's a pretty good collection of guys. A bouncer toward the mound, and right's got it. Before Lorenzo Cain steps to the plate, we'll check out our AT&T Twitter poll question of the series. Bigger all-time rival, Red Sox, Royals, or Yankees? Red Sox have been leading the voting first 2 games of the series. Got a feeling that's how it's going to finish up.
And the amazing thing, in 1985, when the Royals won the World Series, the Angels were only 1 back that year. And the Angels
Angels even led us late in September. We played them 8 games in the middle of September. I think we won 7 of 8 to overtake the Angels and end up winning the division that year and on their way to the World Series.
Kane drives one to left field. It might hang up for Shuck, and it does. 2 outs.
I think there's a little bit of sunlight in his eye, too. Ball was hit right on the line.
I think that might have been the glare from your smile talking about the '85 World Championship. But that's just me. With Mike Moustakas. You take Moustakas out to lunch today? Did you guys carpool in?
Yes, we did. We'll talk a little Chatsworth on the way down.
0 for 4 last night, hitting 193 with 4 home runs and 10 runs batted in. He drives this one down the right field line. It is hooking and it is foul. Right size, wrong shape.
And if you're going inside on Moustakas, you better be off the plate and around letter high, because he's extremely quick inside. Force him to hit the ball to left field. His first career home run here at the Big A on a pitch inside to hit it out the right.
Out of the count at 2 balls and 1 strike. Breaking ball, he went down and got it. Hooks it down the line. Hamilton over to try to cut it off. Does so. Moustakas is going to try to go to second base. Throw from Hamilton is not in time. A double for Mike Moustakas. 6th of the year.
Boy, well played by Josh Hamilton. Right down the line, was aggressive, cutting it off, used the wall as far as able to push his momentum going towards the throw, and a good throw and almost a quick tag by Ibar, but Moustakas gets his hand in there for a 6th double.
So another 2-out hit for Kansas City. See if Enright can leave him stranded. Salvador Perez is the catcher. Batting the 8th spot tonight. 1 ball, no strikes. Perez had an 0 for 4 game last night. Pardon me, a 1 for 4. Picked up a single in the 9th inning. 297. 7 doubles, a triple, and a home run. 12 runs batted in for the Venezuelan.
A couple breaking pitches getting around on it for Enright.
This has been the biggest issue for the Angels pitchers this year. Around 45% of the runs allowed by Angels pitchers have come with 2 outs and able to finish an inning. This one's fouled back. Jason Vargas did a nice job last night. 7+ innings, 5 hits, including the Butler home run. Struck out 7 and walked 1.
Well, he had a great pace on the mound. He pitched inside very well with his 88, 89 mile an hour fastball. Did a good job with that. Changeup was excellent. Both sides of the plate, and I like what he did with his breaking pitch last night. I think he has to use that even more so.
Two one on the way. That's punched into right field. Hamilton got a good jump on it. Can't track it down. Bounces over the wall for a double. And Kansas City with a 1-0 lead. Back-to-back doubles for the Royals here in the 2nd.
Well, what an effort Hamilton gave on that baseball. The right-handed batter is going to go away from a right fielder. Just misses. Making that play, and it bounces into the stands for Perez's 13th RBI, 8th double.
Here's Elliott Johnson, the second baseman. Kayaspo playing in on the grass. Johnson 275 on the year. Enright falls behind at 1 ball, no strikes. Johnson was also part of that trade with Davis and James Shields in the offseason. Hit 242 in 123 games for the Rays last year. 6 home runs and 33 runs batted in. A switch hitter that could play multiple positions for you. And he shoots this one into left field, a base hit. Perez is going to be waved in. J.B. Shuck is up and firing. The third of the plate is in time. So 3 straight 2-out hits, but a great play by J.B. Shuck limits the scoring to just 1 run as we head to the bottom of the second. The Angels play from behind. Kansas City leading at 1-0.
Boy, Shuck did a nice job of charging the baseball. Very accurate throw from the left fielder, right on the money to Chris Iannetta at the tag of Perez at the plate.
One nothing deficit for the Angels. Hamilton will lead things off, followed by Howie Kendrick and then Alberto Kayaspo. Josh takes a strike. It looked like it was off the plate, but 0-1 count for Hamilton. Went 1 for 3 last night, picking up his 5th home run. And a monster shot onto the batter's eye out in straightaway center. That breaking ball is down and in. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Josh now 214 with the 5 home runs and 12 RBIs.
4 for 4 in his career versus Wade Davis, including a home run and 3 RBI. And a good sign tracking that breaking ball in the dirt. He's a little more comfortable at the plate.
Elliott Johnson is way out in shallow right field. You can almost have Lorenzo Cain as a backpack. That's how far out he is. Slow roller to second. Might be a base hit. This one's yanked foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
When Hamilton's starting to improve and get more comfortable at the plate. Talking to Jim Eppert before the game as far as what he's been trying to do as far as adjustments as a hitter. Trying to get those hands better, more comfortable at the plate.
Yeah, he popped him up, jammed him. Alcides Escobar, the shortstop, drifts out. 1 out. As Howie Kendrick comes to the plate, we'll check out our Hyundai key to the game.
Fireworks following up on the theme from last night with 4 home runs, and Wade Davis has given up 50 hits, including 6 home runs coming into this game. The need for that power to come through again tonight, and of course being aggressive on the bases, creating an opportunity to score runs.
Howie looks at a strike. 3 for 4 game for Kendrick last night. Getting his 6th home run. Picked up a stolen base as well. Fouls this one back.
But it's a different type of pitcher. Wade Davis in the starting rotation as far as velocity on the fastball, trying to spot it more so. Had the bullpen, he was just rearing back, letting it go. He's rushing up some fastballs at 96.
One ball, two strikes. Davis was a third-round pick in 2004 from the Tampa Bay Rays out of high school. Was going to go to the University of Florida, but opted to sign instead. 2-2. Coming up through the system with the Rays, a starter. Matter of fact, made 29 starts in back-to-back seasons, 2010, 2011. 12-game winner in 2010, 11-game winner at 11. This one bounced to Escobar. Kendrick is retired for round number 2. Now, can the Angels, starting 9 tonight, take anything away from Luis Mendoza in Monday night's game and apply it to Wade Davis tonight?
Well, the big thing is they showed a lot of patience against Guthrie last night. You remember early in the game, especially those 4 pitches that Mike Trout took. And then all of a sudden, everyone in that dugout for the Angels were looking at the same thing. Don't swing at that sinker down. Bring him up in the strike zone. You can be effective. They were swinging with that sinker by Mendoza a ton in the game 1 of this series, and a lot of ground ball outs and easy outs for him.
Now Alberto looks at a strike.
You have to try to bring Davis up. He's given up a number of hits. You have to believe that his confidence is not there, but if he gets on a roll, it becomes different.
This one back towards second base with Johnson. We're shading Callaspo to pull, so unable to get to it. A 2-out single for Alberto. Seems like that's all the rage tonight. The 2-out hit. Pujols had one of the first. Callaspo here the second. The Royals had all their hits come with 2 outs. See if Chris Iannetta could capitalize here, try to tie this one up, if not more. Tough stretch for Chris offensively. 0 for 3 last night. Picked up an RBI to hitting 191 with 3 home runs and 11 runs batted in on the year. Off the end of the bat, right to Hosmer, and the inning will come to an end. 2 in the books, and Kansas City leads it 1-0.
Sports update will fill you in on Greinke is back for the Dodgers, and the Granny Man, Ken, is back for the Yankees.
Looking forward to that sports update later on in the game.
As well you should.
You're such a tease.
That's how I roll.
Here in the third, Dyson, Escobar, Gordon. That's 1, 2, and 3. It's Barry Enright who's thrown 34 pitches and allowed 4 hits, all of which have come with 2 outs. Gave up a run in the second. And J.B. Shuck saved him another one with a terrific throw to the plate. Dyson looks at a strike. He's 0 for 1 tonight with a ground ball to short. Cayaspo now will drop back at third base. Dyson with terrific speed. Mentioned in Monday's game, a 50th round pick by Kansas City. Damage down low. And it is 1-2.
And one thing it seems to be, you want to try to throw a lot of fastballs to him or bounce breaking pitches because he's pretty quick on the changeup. That's the ball he hit to the wall on Monday night's game, a changeup.
2-2. Mike Scioscia was asked today about Tommy Hanson and his return. Still no end in sight as of yet. Tommy is working and throwing the baseball, keeping in shape, in baseball shape. From 0-2 to 3-2.
Yeah, an interesting take on that too from Mike Scioscia. He's not worried about Tommy's first start coming back. When he comes back, it's that second one, how he'll feel. That time in between starts for him, and then 5-6 innings, first time out.
And so from 0-2 to a walk, and not the guy you want to put on the bases either. That'll bring up Escobar. And the Halos take on the White Sox tomorrow. That's the first of 4 beginning tomorrow night. Fans in attendance will receive a Mark Trumbull bobblehead courtesy of Total Performance Engine Oils. While supplies last, purchase tickets today. The Angel Stadium ticket office or log on at angels.com.
And on cue, playing first base.
Dyson with a huge lead already. Kansas City likes the run. We'll check in on them. 28 stolen bases for the Royals. It's third in the American League.
And they've only been caught 4 times.
Dyson has 6 of them.
Yeah, and Ned Yost likes to be aggressive. Again, what this does for you as a pitcher, it takes away your focus from the batter. And Dyson's getting a better read each time that Enright throws over the first base. He tries to get a little bit more of a lead.
Escobar lifts one out toward left center field. Not hit very deep. Shot coming on. Dives, can't get it. It falls in there. And perhaps maybe J.B. Shuck's ball there. But Trout had a long way to go, and Shuck immediately broke as if he was going to be the guy that backing up on the play. So it falls in for a single. Now you've got a couple of speed guys on the bases.
Boy, trying to cover a lot of ground, but that baseball hits the grass before Trout can get that to that baseball, going a long way. And it looked like a much easier play, if there was an easy play on that one, for J.B. Shuck to be able to cut it off. Now you have a ton of speed right now.
5th hit for Kansas City. Alex Gordon steps in. He had the first one, a base hit, with 2 outs in the first inning through the right side. Gordon 1 for 1. A lot of expectations for Gordon coming out of college, University of Nebraska. First round pick by Kansas City. As you pointed out, as a third baseman too. And everyone with that left-handed swing and everything wanted to compare him to George Brett. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bring to single digit, number 4.
Even, for a while there, even when Johnny Damon was drafted in the first round, he was going to be the next heir apparent as far as his left-handed swinger, be the new George Brett. Very difficult to be able to live up to those expectations with numbers George put up throughout his career in Kansas City.
The Angels not wasting any time. Barry Enright at 43 pitches, needing to go deep into the game. Not on pace to do that, at least not right now, as Mark Lowe begins to loosen. Enright very deliberate out of the mound. It's 2 balls and a strike.
Gordon is having just a great season offensively so far, but especially we talked about it on the road. Now all of a sudden he's even a better fastball count.
This one foul down the left field line and out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This inning started with Enright getting ahead of Dyson at an 0-2 count and eventually walking him. Escobar flipping a single out to shallow left field. Still looking for that first out. Two on the way. It's a breaking ball in the dirt. Full count. And Billy Butler on deck.
A lot of speed on the base there. 3-2 count. Ned Yost definitely has a lot of trust, and now scoring to make contact. You might see them going here.
Dyson at second, Escobar at first base. Full count on Gordon. And still the look in continues for Enright. Pickoff attempt and in there safely. Nice play by Ibar to keep that baseball near the bag.
That's a tough play for a shortstop covering the base. You're anticipating a throw at the base, and you have somebody diving right back, and you have to reach across him to catch it. Daylight play. He has a chance. I don't know if he got his hand in there. It was real close.
Runners don't go, and he walked them. So they are loaded up now for Butler. That pitch was nowhere near the strike zone. And now it just gets that much more difficult with Butler coming up.
Well, again, you wonder if Dyson got his hand in there. And that was a tag before he got his hand on the base because the Ibar had blocked the path.
Well, it's going to be a short leash tonight for Barry Enright, especially considering how this inning has played out. Just unable to command a strike zone. He is done. We've got a pitching change. We're just in the third, but nobody out. First TV. Check availability at 1-800-PICK-ATT. Rethink possible. By CarMax. Start the search for your next car at CarMax. CarMax. Start here. And by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Now 2 starts for Barry Enright and 2 poor starts for Barry Enright. He leaves with the bases loaded after just 47 pitches. 2 innings plus 3 batters. They are loaded up for Mark Lowe, and are in and out, who is in, who is out. Lowe's got the tough task of facing Billy Butler, who's been red hot in this series.
Well, the one thing you can hope for Billy Butler here is a ground ball double play. He's been a guy that's hit into double plays throughout his career, and Mark Lowe has the fastball when he keeps it down to be able to induce Butler into a ground ball double play. Also solid slider and changeup. First pitch always so important for anybody coming out of the bullpen in these situations, but especially for Mark Lowe to be able to throw a good strike down in the zone.
Dyson at third, Escobar at second, Gordon at first, Butler at the plate, hit a fly ball to left field. His first time up, so he's 0 for 1. Infield, of course, looking for that double play ball. First one from Lowe. Breaking pitch, caught the corner. Not a bad idea to start him off with a breaking ball. 0-1 count.
And when Mark doesn't overthrow his slider, it's a very effective pitch.
First time he's been on the mound since Friday's game in Chicago. But an inning and 2/3 in that one. Gave up 3 runs, or pardon me, 3 hits. The rest zeros. 0-1 pitch. Down low. One ball, 1 strike. The outfield straight around with Butler at the plate. Good power to the alleys. Breaking pitch, pulled through the left side, of base hit. 1 run is in. Here comes Escobar. He is going to score. 3-0 Royals.
Well, what a series Billy Butler's having for the Royals. 2 more RBI. And that leadoff walk, everything changes when you have a guy like Dyson with that speed. Everything is come apart now. Slider got the ground ball, but right through the hole between short and third. And that speed, 2 runs easily scored for Kansas City.
Eric Hosmer, the batter.
9 RBI now in this series for Butler.
Hosmer bounced one back to the mound, so he's 0 for 1. Those 2 runs charged to Enright. And Gordon standing at second base is his responsibility as well. One-0. Hosmer takes a big rip, fouls it off the left.
Hosmer's a guy that tries to get momentum going for his swing. Off speed or high fastballs, very effective against him.
Still looking for that first out here in the third. First 4 batters have reached. Now the 1-1. Breaking ball down and in. 2 balls and a strike. Three and 1.
Another Royal hitter in a fastball count now. Very difficult to get hitters out when you know they're just looking for 1 pitch in 1 area against you.
Hosmer checked the swinger, did he? He did. So another walk in the inning, 3rd overall, and they are loaded up yet again with still nobody out.
Well, he had that momentum going, but he was able to hold up on the swing, no question. Good call by Tim McClellan at third base.
Angels bullpen had been throwing the ball better of late. But that's what happens when you throw strikes and get ahead of hitters. When you don't, you get in trouble. First one to Kane. Upstairs for ball one. Kane hit a fly ball to left field the second inning. More of a line shot to J.B. Shuck. He's 0 for 1. 3-0 Kansas City. They got a run in the second, 2 so far here in the third. The Angels still looking for that first out. Gordon at third, Butler at second, Hosmer at first.
Kane has hit into 4 double plays. Surprising considering the speed he has.
That's probably more byproduct of hitting it too hard to an infielder, giving the infielders an opportunity to turn a double play. And that is line down the left field line, headed toward the corner. 2 runs for sure will score. Hosmer's on his way to third. J.B. Shuck bobbles it. Eddie Rodriguez is going to wave in. Hosmer will relay to the plate, not in time. 6-0 Royals. Double for Kane, his 7th. 22 runs batted in.
Boy, a pitch right down the heart of the plate, and he turns on it. He's had a couple good swings in the game. One, a line drive to Shuck for an out, and that one down the line. Driving in 3. Trying to get around by that wall to make sure it doesn't get around them, and Shuck unable to get that clean play on it, but a difficult play nonetheless.
And again, Lowe falls behind on Moustakas this time. 1 ball, no strikes. Moustakas, the 7th man to bat here in the third inning.
Boy, Butler's just seen too many good pitches to hit, and he hasn't missed any of them in this series.
Two and 0. Close the book on Barry Enright. 4 runs all earned in 2 innings. Moustakas doubled down the right field line and scored in the second. 2-1. 6-0 Royals as we play here in the third. 5 runs in so far. This one's popped up. Foul territory. Callaspo over. 1 out.
Finally able to get the first out of the inning. People are trying to prevent any more damage. Certainly know that Wade Davis will give up a share of base runners. You have a chance to get back in the game, but you have to stop him at this point forward.
Perez, the catcher, is up. He shot a double down the right field line, picked up an RBI in the second. 1 for 1. 7 hits for Kansas City so far. 1 ball, no strikes. The only batter that Mark Lowe has gotten ahead of was the very first one he faced in Billy Butler on a slider. Lorenzo Cain, the base runner at second base. This one's fouled back above us. Swing and a miss.
Well, that fastball had some life on it from Mark Lowe, 93.
One, two on the way. Just got a piece of it. Still at a ball and 2 strikes. Elliott Johnson on deck. Would be the 9th man to bat in this inning. Mark Lowe's thrown 19 pitches so far. He's retired 1 batter. 10 strikes, 9 balls. Big lead for Kane at second now. I think he thought about taking off as that pitch misses in. 2-2.
All you do is you just make sure you vary your looks back to second base if you're Mark Lowe. That way you can stop Lorenzo Cain from getting momentum going just in case he tries to steal third.
2-2 on the way. Ground ball toward the hole. Backhanded by Ibar. Drops.
Nice play by Eric Ibar in the outfield grass. That strong throwing arm that he has. The backhand and across the diamond to get Perez for the second out. And still dealing with that hamstring issue, so you got to use that leverage of your legs to be able to make that long throw. Still solid throw from Ibar.
Here's Elliott Johnson, the second baseman. Singled in the second. Looks at a strike. Royals now batted around twice in this ball game. The Angels have yet to bat around. Davey Shuck, the 9th place hitter, will be leading things off in the bottom of the third. Angels will have to dig themselves out of a big hole. Down 6-0 here in the third inning. Oh, 1 pitch. Down now 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 2.
A pretty good swing at that fastball. 1-1 fastball from Mark Lowe. We'll try a slider here to see if he can through the inning here.
Johnson hits one off the end of the bat. Teospo's going to have to hurry. Goes to the bare hand. Has no play. An infield base hit for Elliott Johnson. Kane ends up at third base.
He did throw a slider there. Didn't hit it well, but placed it perfectly. One of his plays, too, as a third baseman. So all you can do is use the bare hand, but Johnson gets down the line pretty well. No way Teospo's going to throw him out. Especially with 2 strikes, you're going to be playing back. You're not playing in.
Gerard Dyson, the center fielder, steps in. He led off this inning with a walk. Johnson takes off from first. No throw. A stolen base.
Well, he had a running start.
Dyson pops it foul and out of play on the third base side. 40 total pitches thrown by Angels pitchers here in the third inning. Enright threw 13, Lowe's thrown 27. So it'll be a short night for Mark Lowe as well. Foul back. 1-2.
By the way, this inning started too. 0-2 count on Dyson, end up walking him. Dyson not necessarily known to be a guy that's patient at the plate also.
And that gets by Iannetta. That'll bring home a run. 7-0 Kansas City. Iannetta gets charged with the pass ball.
They're setting up for a two-seam fastball inside. It runs away from him. Trying to frame it in the strike zone. Able to make the play and gets by him. Another run score for Kansas City.
2-2 count here on Dyson. Full count. Dyson hits one out to the alley in right center field. Hamilton giving chase, not going to get there. That'll bring home a run. Dyson easily is going to get to third base with an RBI triple. Second of the year. 8-0 Royals.
2 times in the series, Dyson has hit a ball well to right center field. Triple on that one, double on Monday's game. One hops the wall. And with Dyson's speed, no chance to prevent a triple.
One-zero count here on Alcides Escobar, who singled earlier this inning. He's 1 for 2 overall. Royals tonight 6 for 8 with men in scoring position. 2-0. Michael Roth pitched of Monday's game. Did not fare well against the Royals. Gave up 4 runs at 2 1/3. (2-0). 3-0 now. There you go, from a game that was pitched so well last night by Jason Vargas to a game such as this. Granted, it was Tommy Hansen's spot of the rotation, but when you're charged for the second time, like Barry Enright was, to try to give you some innings, a quality start at the very least, and try to keep your team in the ball game, and you fail. And not only that, the bullpen adds to it. Makes it that much more difficult. This one hit out to left, playable for shot. And this inning finally and mercifully comes to an end. 7 runs in for Kansas City. They lead at 8-0.
7th spot in the 3rd. Back in the 2nd inning, take a look at our Coors Light freeze cam. J.B. Shuck charges the baseball perfectly, himself in good throwing position. Throws a strike to Chris Iannetta, who tags out Perez at the plate. 3rd outfield assist this season for J.B. Shuck, playing left field. The freeze cam is brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light.
Down 8-0. The Angels send up 9-1-2. It's Wade Davis who had to wait around for a little bit. As the Royals dropped a 7th spot on the Halos. Shuck last night 2 for 4. And a run scored. 3-0-2 so far. And Davis delivers 2 pitches, both strikes. 0-2 count.
We're coming into this game, 35 1/3 innings pitched for Wade Davis, 15 walks. But so far in this game, he's faced 9 batters. He's thrown 9 first pitch strikes.
Shuck with 4 doubles, 5 runs batted in.
29 pitches thrown in the game, 21 strikes for Davis. He's had some success against the Angels in his career. He's 1-0 with an ERA of 2.93.
Evens the count up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Michael Roth continuing to loosen to the bullpen, so Lowe is done. It would seem to be done after 1 inning and 4 runs allowed. Shuck goes down looking. First strikeout of the night for Wade Davis. There's out number 1. Back to the top of the order now, Eric Ibar. A soft liner that Moustakas timed perfectly in the first inning. So he's 0 for 1.
Well, the Royals didn't record 1 strikeout yesterday. Through my book from last night's game, it's their first here tonight. Looking.
Count is evened up at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Talk about getting ahead of the count. 10 batters face 10 first pitch strikes for Wade Davis. That's what you want to do as a pitcher. Then you can expand the strike zone, throw your secondary pitches.
Oh, you put the hitter in a defensive mindset.
Well, it's amazing with the difference statistically what the batter ends up hitting with a 1-0 count as compared to an 0-1 count. It's significant.
Ibar lifts one down the right field line toward the seats. It goes. Evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ibar pops it up. Shallow center. Escobar, the shortstop, going out. 2 outs. And again, I go back to that Monday game, unfortunately. That young man is just killing that pizza. Eerily similar feel to Monday night's game with Luis Mendoza on the mound.
Well, all of a sudden, when you get that type of a lead, especially Wade Davis, who has good stuff, although he hasn't thrown real well so far this year as far as statistically. But all of a sudden that confidence is there because you have that type of support behind you offensively, and you know the guys are on their toes to make plays behind you.
Breaking ball is a strike. Trout hit a fly ball to right field in the first inning, so he's 0 for 1.
But if you're a youngster at home watching this game and you want to be a pitcher at any level, you look and see how well you can do when you throw that first pitch for a strike. How that changes the at bat for a hitter.
Strike in at the knees. Mike thought that pitch was a little bit down. 0-2 now.
Point being taken now because of the fact you're ahead 0-1.
Yeah.
You can afford to paint the corner like this. And he gets the outside corner at the knees. Now, if it's 1-0, you're more apt as a pitcher to navigate towards the middle part of the plate, and that allows you as a hitter to get a better pitch to drive.
0-2 on the way. It's down low with breaking ball. Ball and 2 strikes. Davis with 1 strikeout, no walks, 2 hits allowed. A 2-out single to Pujols. 2-out single to Teoscar in the second. Two balls, 2 strikes. Albert is on deck. And the Angels can get their long ball going and help cut into this deficit. The swing going last night with 4 solo home runs. 2-2. This one down the line, fair ball. Trout is on his way to second with at least a double. It's played cleanly by Gordon in left field. So that's 3 straight innings in which the Angels have picked up a 2-out hit. See if Pujols can bring them home.
Yeah, you just got to work your way back in the game. It's a good swing from Trout right down the line. Moustakas unable to get to that baseball as Trout has his 12th double of the season. Well played by Gordon in left field. If that gets around the corner, gets by him at all, Trout's easily cruising into third base.
Albert flared a single into shallow right field. His first time up. He's 1 for 1. Just off the plate.
57 career RBI in 62 games for Pujols. He can drive in 1 or 2 right here with 1 swing. Important to be able to get right back in the game by scoring a couple here.
Trout at second. Breaking ball just misses off. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. First 2-0 count of the night for Davis. Kansas City with a run in the second, 7 in the third. 2-0 pitch. This one's pulled through the left side of base hit. Trout will come in to score. Gordon has no play, and it is 8-1 Royals.
Boy, case in point. Pujols got himself in a good count, 2-0 count. Pitcher has to challenge through the middle part of the plate, and Pujols makes him pay for it. It's a base hit, his second hit of the game, 23rd RBI of the season. Now for Pujols, 58th in his career versus Kansas City. Threw the baseball very well for Pujols and by Moustakas for an RBI single for Pujols.
And back-to-back multi-hit games for Albert. He's at first for Trumbo. Mark is 0 for 1, hit into a fielder's choice in the first inning. He's been in a little bit of an offensive funk of late. He swings through that one.
He's getting a lot of fastballs in that plane there, up and in on him.
He's now 0 for his last 12 and 4 for his last 33, and that's going back to that 3-run home run he hit in Houston in that first inning.
That long home run right over the foul pole.
Back-to-back 2-out hits for the Angels. Slider missing down and away.
And then you would think right now he's going to get a fastball inside.
But Jeremy Guthrie got him up, all tied up last night with that four-seam fastball up and in. Looks like they want to go back outside the 1-1. Popped him up. Eric Hosmer into foul territory. The inning comes to an end. The Angels get on the board on back-to-back 2-out hits. We've played 3. Kansas City leads at 8-1.
.60 today. With 3,154 career hits. Got his 3,000 hit here. September 30th. He had a 4-hit game back in those days. The Freeze Cam is the Kohler Fact is brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light, and then flashback to nearly 30 years ago in Yankee Stadium. July 24th, Goose Gossage on the hill. George Brett hits it out of the ballpark. And then all of a sudden, Billy Martin had Tim McClellan check the bat for too much pine tar on the bat, and it's called out, and George Brett goes nuts. I'll tell you what, I've talked to him a number of times after that point. Tim McClellan, who's at third base here tonight, he said he was running up to Tim. He was upset. He was out of his mind, and all of a sudden he realized that Tim McClellan was just a little bit too tall.
Big dude, and he wasn't backing down.
No,
McClellan, I think, took a step towards him.
He's like, I'm running out. All of a sudden I realize he's like 6'9". I can't do anything about it. But they end up replaying that game. It was eventually overturned, and they had to go back and finish that game in Yankee Stadium later on in the year.
Good old Billy Martin.
Yep. He had all the tricks. There was no question as far as a manager. Very successful manager over the years.
Michael Roth comes in on the very first pitch. Gives up a base hit to Alex Gordon. 10th hit of the night for Kansas City as we start this 4th inning. The Angels down 8-1.
I remember that game well in '92 when George Brett ended up getting his 3,000 hit here. He wasn't even going to play. His shoulder was really in bad shape, and all of a sudden decided to play that night. Had a 4-hit game to be able to get to that 3,000 plateau.
Michael Roth pitching for the second time in the series as Billy Butler looks at the strike. 9th game for Roth, 12 innings, 20 hits allowed, now 21. 12 strikeouts, 3 walks. Butler 1 for 2, a 2 RBI single in the 3rd inning. Also scored one of the 7 runs.
Remember, coming into this series, Billy Butler was hitting, what, 228 with 4 home runs and 20 RBI.
Yep.
Now 272 with 5 home runs and 29 RBI.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Gordon over at first base. Trumbo playing just in front of him. Broken bat bouncer to third. Should be two. Kayaspa to Kendrick for one. That's a double play.
Good concentration by Kayaspa. That bat was coming towards him as the baseball was. Concentration shatters the bat. Bat coming towards him. Still able to get out of the way in a 5-4-3 double play.
Two outs, bases clear for Eric Hosmer. Hosmer's hit a bouncer back to the mound and walked. Came around and scored. That's Barry Enright got to start 2 innings tonight, 4 runs on 5 hits. Mark Lowe went 1 inning, gave up 4 runs on 4 hits. Enright walked 2 and Lowe walked 1. All of those base on balls occurring in the 3rd inning. Hosmer fouls it off the left, 1-2 now.
And all 3 scored.
11 men came to the plate for Kansas City. Two balls, 2 strikes. It was a nice play by Kayaspa, kind of reminiscent of that bat bouncing up and hitting Guthrie last night. It's Trumbo's at bat and bat. 2-2. Hosmer. This one down the left field line, but slicing out of play.
It's very difficult to feel the ball, especially when you see out of the corner of your eye that bat coming towards you, and it bounced and went ricocheted towards Kayaspa, yet he had the concentration to field the ball, throw, and then get out of the way of the bat all in one motion.
And second straight night, too, we've seen the bat take a kind of an odd hop sometimes, or most times you see that bat kind of helicoptering toward you. Stays down low as Hosmer almost gets hit there. Full count.
And a lot of times we've talked about different bats, whether it's Ashwood or the Maplewood.
Right.
The Maple seems to shatter. Now the Ash over time would have that crack in the bat and wouldn't necessarily break that easily. But the baseball does jump off those Maple bats more so than the regular old-fashioned Ashwood.
3-2, and Hosmer goes down swinging. The inning comes to an end. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. The Angels down 8-1. Josh Hamilton set to lead things off.
We're going to show you why Josh is starting to get more comfortable at the plate. Earlier in the season, back in April, hands a little bit closer to his body, uncomfortable toe tap. Last night, though, more comfortable. Hands away from his body, just a little bit of a toe lift, and then threw the baseball to dead center field. More comfortable at the plate.
Well, Davis gets him to chase a high fastball, and Moustakas straddling the foul line, makes the catch, and there's the first out.
Yeah, and getting back to that as far as what he did last night, even the rocket to shortstop that was caught, he was going through the baseball much better, and talking to Jim Eppert before the game, the approach to comfort. He wants him to get comfortable in the batter's box, and that means getting his hands a little bit separated from his body as compared to laying the bat on his shoulder, getting the timing together and starting to get through the baseball more consistently.
Howie 0 for 1. He grounded a short in the second inning. Count evened up at 1-1 now. Breaking pitch drops in there. Kendrick in the hole now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Much was made this offseason when the Royals made that trade, sending Will Myers to Tampa Bay to get Shields and Davis. Elliott Johnson. This was grounded through the left side. A 1-out base hit for Howie. But if you're Kansas City and you've got a decent nucleus, a good nucleus, I don't think that's fair for me to say decent, a good nucleus of young players on the offensive side of things, and you need some pitching, some veteran pitching, especially talking to a guy like James Shields. Why not pull the trigger? I mean, if Will Myers is not going to help your team this year or next year offensively to get you to the promised land, but he can get you 2 guys or 3 guys that can help your ball club come together, you got to pull the trigger on.
There's no question about it. We've always talked about that same thing, about a prospect is there generally to be able to make your team not only better in the future or potentially right at that time. In Kansas City, and the need for some starting pitching, some veteran starting pitching who can give you some innings and quality innings. James Shields available. You have to be able to make that deal. Their bullpen has been solid. It's been good with power arms, but they haven't got a lot of depth or length out of their starters over the last couple of seasons. That's been the big issue for them. Plus, all these position players they have are all relatively young, so it would be tough for Will Myers to be able to even get in the lineup anytime soon. So that's the right decision for Kansas City to make that deal with Tampa.
One-two count on Kayasmu at a single in the second inning, so he's 1 for 1. Angel hitters, it seems like, have just been in the hole. Davis is getting ahead of guys. Two. Davis has yet to have a 3-ball count so far, which is saying a lot for a guy that has had a lot of base runners here in the first several starts of the year.
Especially with the walks, too. He's given up a lot of hits. Opponents hitting 340 against him coming into this game.
2-2, a little bouncer off the plate, rolls foul on the first base side.
It's pretty much split down the middle. 358 for left-handed batters, 319 for right-handed batters. So he's given up his fair share of hits and 15 walks this year, but certainly been commanding the strike zone early on in this game.
Kendrick over at first with a very short lead. 8-1 Royals here in the fourth. 7-run third inning for Kansas City. A bouncer off the plate. This might be an infield base hit for Alberto Kayasmu, and it is. Davis kind of cleared out of the way there. And probably rightfully so, since it's on the backside of the mound. But even if he comes up with it, it's going to be a tough play.
Yeah, there's no way, because you're backing up and you're going to have to try to field that ball high above your shoulder if you're going to catch that and throw all in one motion. And Escobar does have a strong throwing arm from the shortstop position. But running down the line, Callaspo realizing he's got a real good chance of beating that one out. Fortunate enough, Howie was able to stay close enough to the base. A lot of times you start drifting around, and then they throw back at the base and they get you a second. Callaspo with his second hit of the game.
First time tonight, the Angels have had multiple base runners against Davis. Chris Iannetta grounded out to Hosmer in the second. So Chris is 0 for 1. Eight runs, 10 hits, no errors, 3 left on for the Royals. 1 run, 6 hits, no errors, 3 left on for the Angels.
It looked like Chris is pulled off on that pitch, because that's a pretty good pitch to hit. A cut fastball that stayed elevated in the strike zone. When Iannetta is going well, he hits that ball hard to right center field.
Snapped his 0 for 23 Monday with that base hit to center. Picked up an RBI. This was punched into right field, a base hit. Kendrick is going to be waved home. The throw is going to go to third base. Callaspo is in there safely. RBI single for Chris Iannetta makes it 8-2 Royals.
Boy, just watching Dino Weeble go down the line, he was looking as if Kane was thinking third base all the way, and that's why he sent him home. He was drifting down the line, seeing how he was going to react as far as throwing the baseball in. When you have a significant lead, a lot of times you don't want to throw home unless you feel you're definitely going to be able to throw him out. As Iannetta gets a base hit, Dino Weeble down the line, waving. This is see the reaction from Kane as he throws the ball to third. With the 6-run lead at that point, you don't want to have both runners go into scoring position. Nice job by Dino Weeble, third. Good approach for Iannetta to get the base hit and RBI.
3 straight hits for the Angels here with 1 out. Callaspo third, Iannetta first. Here's J.B. Shuck, the left fielder. 1-0 count. Shuck struck out looking in the third inning, the only punch out that Davis has recorded tonight. Two and 0.
All of a sudden, though, as a pitcher who struggled this year with an ERA at 5.86, a couple hits like that, now you're falling behind in the count. Start looking ahead as a pitcher, trying to get through 5 innings so you're in position to get the win. You start making mistakes.
Two 2-0. Off the plate, 3 balls and no strikes, and Eric Ibar is on deck. As we mentioned, no 3-ball counts for Davis until now. Snap throw to third, and Salvador Perez almost throws it away. Nice play by Moustakas. Pitch was called a strike, so it's 3-1 now.
Perez has a strong throwing arm. Design play right there as Moustakas is trying to come behind Callaspo. Good play by Moustakas to catch that one. For J.B. Shuck here at the plate, you better make sure this pitch is the middle part of the plate. Otherwise, you can work a walk and put some serious pressure on Davis.
And he walked him. They're loaded up for Ibar. First free pass issued by the big right-hander.
Meanwhile, the pitching coach is going to go out and talk to Wade Davis now. All of a sudden, this could get quite interesting. Good at bat here by Ibar, a base hit, and you bring up Mike Trout, followed by the middle part of the order for the Angels. And the key here for Eric Ibar in this position is always patience. Don't be overly aggressive. Don't swing at that breaking ball down and in, off the plate. Look for a fastball and do some damage.
He's chased 2 off-speed pitches tonight. Almost got an extra base hit, but Moustakas made a leaping grab in the first inning and then popped out on an off-speed pitch to Escobar, the shortstop, in shallow center field. Royals with 1 out, play the infield back, looking for the double play ball. Moustakas even with the grass. And Eric lays off that breaking pitch. 1-0.
Well, just like we were thinking he was going to throw to Ibar. He almost committed to that pitch. But again, in these spots, when you get ahead of the count like this for Eric, you look for a fastball. You want to get the fastball up around thigh high or higher so you can hit the ball hard and get it in the air and hopefully get it in the alley.
Outfield very shallow for the Royals. Bouncer towards the middle. Escobar takes it himself, fires to first, and just like that, the Angels waste a golden opportunity. They do get a run. We've played 4. It's 8-2 Royals. Fox Sports supports charities. Johns Hopkins is at the forefront of groundbreaking research into autoimmune disorders like multiple sclerosis and lupus. Join us in the fight against autoimmune diseases. Donate now by visiting hopkinsmedicine.org/Fox. Top of the 5th inning, after the Angels loaded him up with 1 out with a great opportunity to continue to chip away, Eric Ibar rolling into that inning-ending double play. And the Halos' struggles with men in scoring position and even the bases loaded this year continue. The Angels coming in tonight with a .218 batting average with men in scoring position and just a .241 average with the bases loaded. It's a 6-run deficit as Michael Roth back out there for his 2nd inning of work. He'll be facing 6, 7, and 8 for Kansas City. Kane, Moustakas, and Perez. Kane 1 for 2. Came up with the bases loaded in the 3rd inning and cleared them with a double. And then he scored on the pass ball by Lowe. Count even up and ball and a strike. Angels tonight with 7 hits. Kansas City with 10. We've had at least a knock in each inning so far. One and two.
Nice changeup right there.
Now go back to that double play ball though. Credit Alcides Escobar for taking it himself. If he flips to Elliott Johnson,
no chance to turn it against Ibar.
Exactly.
Especially hitting for the left side of the plate there.
Yep.
When Eric helped out Wade Davis by swinging at a pitch that was down. Talk about that need to be able to try to bring a pitch up so you can hit the ball in the air. And Ibar's got some pretty good power to the alley, so if he gets a fastball up, he can clear the bases with a swing, and then you allow the middle part of your order to come up.
That's almost one of those at-bats where you tell them, we want you to lift and separate here. See if you can get a fastball up to try to turn on. 1-2, up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Called strike 3, right down the middle. Down goes Kane. Back-to-back strikeouts for Roth. There's the first out here, the 5th.
Right after that fastball up and in. He's back in the inner half of the plate and gets a called third strike. The importance of pitching inside.
Stockus gets tied up with a fastball up and in. He's 1 for 2 tonight with a double and a run scored to the second. Popped out for the first down in the third. Slow roll to Howie. 2 outs. Hey folks, on Saturday the Angels will honor those who defend our freedom past and present. Armed Forces Day presented by State Farm will include a flyover, military displays, a pregame ceremony, and a postgame Purple Heart baseball game of wounded warriors. Veterans and active military will receive up to 50% off select seating locations at the Angel Stadium ticket office while supplies last. For more info, just log on at angels.com/promotions. 2 up and 2 down here in the 5th inning. Catcher Salvador Perez takes a strike at the knees. Perez 1 for 2, an RBI double in the second. At that point, put Kansas City up 1-0. Halos in the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll have 2, 3, and 4 coming up with Trout, Pujols, and Trumbo.
Pretty good pace here for Roth. Not wasting any time. It's important for him.
Pulled foul. 1 and 2.
See if he goes back inside with the fastball. Last time with Kane, went up and in, and spotted a fastball in the inside corner.
Two. Inside, full count. Johnson, the second baseman, on deck. Payoff pitch. Perez, it's a slow bouncer to short. 1, 2, 3 inning for Michael Roth. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. The Angels down 8-2.
Angels 8-2. Wade Davis back on the mound. Got that double play ball from Eric Ibar to get through the 4th inning. Has to deal with Mike Trout leading off here in the bottom of the 5th.
Trout, Pujols, Trumbo here in the 5th inning. 8-2 Royals. If the Angels can kind of do what they did in the 4th inning, wreak some havoc and actually push through some runs. They got one on the single by Chris Iannetta. 2 balls, no strikes. Mike is 1 for 2 tonight with a fly ball to right, a double, and a run scored. Three balls and no strikes. Davis with 1 strikeout, 1 walk, 7 hits allowed.
Boy, if you're Mike Trout, you got to look fastball right now, too. Hope you get in that exact same spot, that 3-0 fastball he threw.
Full count.
Well, he might see something breaking right now. He might get either a curveball or a cut fastball that he has.
Here's the payoff. He ended up walking a backhand shy with a fastball. Leadoff man is on board for Albert Pujols.
.75 pitches thrown, 46 strikes, 29 out of the strike zone for him. All of a sudden, last inning plus 1 batter, he's a tough time throwing strikes. It's your opportunity now as the Angels have a middle part of the order coming up against them.
A couple of singles and an RBI for Albert. RBI for Pujols is 23rd. That's down and in. 2 balls, 1 strike.
A good fastball count for Pujols here. You always see Alex Gordon playing shallow and left. Nice and fairly shallow in center, too. So if Pujols can drive one to the alley, there's no question it's going to score Mike Trout.
Good hitters count. This one's pulled over to third. Stockers to Johnson for 1. Double play. 2 down. Base is clear now for Mark Trumbo.
Boy, well turned by Moustakas over to Johnson. 5-4-3 double play.
45th double play the Angels have hit into this season.
Quick hands, good feed. High enough so allows Johnson to catch the baseball and get out of the slide area from Mike Trout. And to complete the double play. Low throw, you really put your second baseman in jeopardy there, but it was a high enough throw to get out of the way.
Trumbo looks at a strike. Mark's 0 for 2 with a fielder's choice and a pop-up. Where Davis was ahead of the count quite a bit through the first 2 times through the order. He's starting to fall behind guys. The Angels just have not been able to deliver the knockout punch as that one's down low, 3-1.
And they've had some opportunities too, even though that 7-run third inning for Kansas City put them up at that point 8-0. But they've had some chances. Third inning, of course, in the fourth inning, unable to get more than 1 run.
Yeah, 3 hits and a walk in the fourth inning for the Angels. They only got 1 run. Trumbo swings and misses. Full count now.
And Mark's got to get back to that approach when it's on the outer half of the plate to hit the ball to right center field, because he's been pitched so effectively inside of late.
He swings through that one. The inning comes to an end. 5 in the book. Still 8-2 Kansas City.
"40 years ago today, the Express, Nolan Ryan throws his first no-hitter. Ken Berry to be able to make that play in front of the wall in right center field against Kansas City in Kansas City for Nolan Ryan. The Hall of Famer for 30, the Express.
12 strikeouts, 3 walks in that game.
Just 7.
First of 7.
No-hitter. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
When you think about it, over 5,000 strikeouts for Nolan Ryan. What
Insane.
a fastball. What a fastball. He even had a great fastball. What was he, 45, 46 years old? His last year was still rushing up there, 94, 95.
Garrett Richards takes over on the mound for Michael Roth, who went 2 innings tonight. No runs, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. Nice job from Michael, bouncing back after a rough outing on Monday night. Garrett here in the 6th inning. With the Angels down 8-2, will face 9-1-2 Johnson, Dyson, and Escobar.
Speaking of good fastballs, Garrett Richards has a very good fastball, 94 to 97. Also has a good curveball, slider, changeup.
First time Garrett has been on the mound since Saturday. 1 inning, all zeros against the White Sox. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Wonder if the Angels go back and give Garrett Richards an opportunity in the rotation the next time around, if Tommy Hanson remains unavailable and on the restricted list. There's a strike. It's 2-1 now.
Garrett Richards has starter type stuff. Fastball, mentioned how hard he throws, but he also has a very good swing and miss curveball, solid slider and good changeup too.
Three balls and one strike to Elliott Johnson, the second baseman, who's 2 for 2 tonight. Angels may not need this spot in the rotation the next time around. Got an off day on Monday before Seattle comes in for the first of 2 on Tuesday. And there's a leadoff walk. Back to the top of the order now, Gerard Dyson, center fielder, who 1 for 2. Ground out, a walk, and an RBI tripled in the third inning. Johnson picked up a stolen base in the third inning, so to keep him honest over at first. White Sox coming to town the first of 4 tomorrow. 2 night games, 2 day games. Fox Saturday baseball on Saturday, then the standard 12:35 start on Sunday afternoon.
The pitching matchup on Sunday also, Jake Peavy going against Jason Vargas. Chris Sale and C.J. Wilson get locked up again like they did in Chicago.
Friday, right?
Yep.
Jerome Williams going tomorrow night. No one count here on Dyson. Nobody out. Johnson with a big lead over at first base. Ground ball towards second. Sharply hit. Probably the only way they get the double play, and they can't get it. Dyson with great speed after the left-handed batter's box. They get the lead runner, 1 out.
Boy, real close play. I wonder if Mark Trumbo pulled his foot off the base, because I thought they might have had a shot. A good backhand by Howie, good flip to Ibar, strong throw. As close as you can make it. Got that foot on the base before Trumbo was able to catch the baseball. Dyson, great speed.
1 out, 1 on. Got to pay attention to Dyson now with his speed as Escobar steps in. Royals shortstop has a hit tonight. A single with a run scored in the third inning. Richards, the fourth pitcher used tonight. Enright got the start, got knocked out in the third. 4 runs in 2 innings. Mark Lowe, 4 runs in 1 inning. Michael Roth, a solid 2. Now Garrett here, the 6th.
Quick pickoff move from Richards over to first base. Dyson trying to figure out Garrett Richards, who's done a nice job as far as holding the baseball, throwing over.
Escobar drives one out the left. It'll hang up for Shuck. 2 outs. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. 2 outs, a man at first. Alex Gordon coming up. Halos in the bottom of the 6th inning will have Hamilton, Kendrick, and Callaspo. They face Wade Davis. Helped out by a couple of double play balls the last couple of innings.
Corner with a couple hits and a walk.
On base all 3 times. Scored a run in that 3rd inning.
And very dangerous in these spots with 2 outs.
It's ridiculous what he has done with 2 outs this year. A .467 batting average with 2 outs, 4 home runs, 16 runs batted in. That's prior to tonight. He had a 2-out single in the first. Oh, and 1.
Going to be in Kansas City for a long time, signed an extension. When you look at his approach, he's well off the plate. But he's a guy that wants the pitches thrown. It's diving towards the plate. That's what gives him coverage for the outside part of the plate and hits the ball well to left field, left center field. You see that first step, he steps towards the plate, so he has always been susceptible to fastballs at the belt inside. But you have to go in there with conviction to make sure you hit your spot. With that moving fastball from Garrett Richards. Again, we've always talked about him trusting movement, the middle part of the plate, and trust it's going to run away. Because when it starts on the corner, it has no chance of being called a strike.
Two one pitch. Pretty close. He went around. Tim McClellan brings him up 2-2.
I mean, look at that movement, though, for Richards. That's the thing. You have to trust that that baseball will never stay in that straight plane in the middle part of the plate. Boy, it starts middle. Look how far it runs. Well off the plate. You can afford to do that when you're ahead of the count, but this trust of movement. Been blessed with a great arm to be able to have that type of move with that velocity.
Ground ball towards Howie. Diving stop, and the ball goes out of his glove. Sharply hit. Howie did all he could to get to it. Just popped out of his glove as he went to the backhand. There goes a base hit.
Really a difficult play anyhow, even if Howie can get up and throw. Gordon runs well. Just another base hit for Gordon with 2 outs.
I was thinking, sorry, Gabby, I thought the one shot that he had was perhaps getting Dyson on the force out at second base.
And that's always a difficult task with Dyson with that speed he has. Again, another hit with 2 outs. Gordon. 2 in the game. Coming in, you mentioned what, 467?
Yeah. Butler looks at a breaking ball down low. Now you've got runners at first and second for Billy Butler, the DH. 1 for 3 tonight. 2 RBIs single with a run scored in the 3rd inning. Two balls, no strikes.
Richards with some good success against Butler. 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts, but now Butler's in a good hitters count here. 2-0.
Three balls and no strikes with Hosmer on deck.
I gotta believe Butler will have the green light here. Already has 9 RBIs in the series.
Three balls and a strike. Look like Butler perhaps was taking. That's a dangerous pitch, too.
Yeah. That was almost a backup 4-seam fastball that stayed belt high right in the middle of the plate.
3-1 pitch. Bouncer foul. So with a full count and 2 outs, base runners will be taking off of the pitch. Dyson from second and Gordon from first. Richards trying to keep it. 8-2. Kansas City leads. That breaking pitch is up high, and they are loaded up now for Hosmer. Second walk of the inning issued by Richards. The 5th walk by Angels pitchers.
Boy, 20 pitches thrown for Richards, 11 out of the strike zone for him. Well, you got to round this breaking pitch. Well, that's when the ideal arm position and arm slot you want to go in on that spot for Garrett Richards. Out in front, he got way underneath it with his elbow, and that's why you see a hanging breaking ball out of the strike zone. He had to finish out in front over that front leg.
So Dyson at third, Gordon at second. It's Butler at first base. Here's Eric Hosmer, the first baseman. 2 outs. The first one is up and away. Hosmer 0 for 2 tonight. Bouncer back to the mound. A walk and a strikeout. Uncle Roth got him on a swing and a miss. Bouncer to the right side. Trumbull comes charging over. He'll feed Richards. Gets the foot on the bag. The inning comes to an end. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. 8-2 Kansas City.
baseball. Zach Greinke is back. Went 5 1/3 innings today for the Dodgers. His 5 hits allowed, 1 earned run, 4 punch-outs. And the Grandy man is back. He was 1 for 4 in his second game back for the Yankees. Like Greinke wasn't expected back for another 3 weeks. And that broken clavicle in that fight with San Diego.
1 ball, 1 strike on Josh Hamilton.
Curtis Granderson, the Grandy man for the Yankees, coming back from a broken arm himself. In spring training, got hit with a pitch. Part of that lineup. Now all of a sudden the Yankees getting healthier.
2 balls and a strike on Hamilton. Surprised to see Greinke back as quickly as he is, but
just 1 appearance, rehab appearance in the minor leagues.
Breaking pitch lined into center field. Little chuck and duck action by Wade Davis. And the Angels have their leadoff man on board for the 2nd consecutive innings.
Well, that was a nice swing. You talk about getting comfortable at the plate and threw the baseball. Hamilton was able to do so well. Timing was good and right back up the middle. It's a scary one when you're on the mound because you're following through. Not a lot of time to be able to react to get out of the way of that line drive.
So Howie Kendrick steps to the plate. Howie 1 for 2 with a ground down, a single, and a run scored. One ball, no strikes. 90th pitch of the night for Wade Davis. 53 strikes. Got 2 punch outs, 2 walks, and 2 double play balls so far. Howie 4 for 10 in the series. That'll leave it a count of. Here's the 1-1. Now he flips one down the right field line. That's going to fall in for a fair ball and a hit. Hamilton rounds second, easily gets to third. So the Halos have their first 2 base runners on board here in the 6th inning. Another multi-hit game for Kendrick.
Howie now 5 for 10 in his career versus Wade Davis with his 2-hit performance tonight. Ran a fastball in, just went inside out with that, didn't try to do too much. Hamilton read it well. Easily goes first to third. Bringing up Callaspo, who already has 2 hits himself in this game.
Callaspo, a couple of singles for him. The last one, an infield single that went off the plate and right behind the mound.
Ooh, good swing at that one, though. High fastball. He got a pitch that he can get and hit in the air. Tim Collins, a lefty, warmed up in the bullpen for Kansas City.
Oh, 2 count. Base hit for Hamilton up the middle. Base hit for Kendrick to right. Royals with action in their bullpen. Left-hander Tim Collins is warming up. One and two.
Tracked that one very well. It was a pretty good breaking pitch from Davis, but Callaspo's And some good swings so far. He had the chopper off the plate, but the first at bat well hit baseball. 2 hits for him.
The Angels fell behind 1-0 in the second. It became 8-0 in the third. Solo runs in the third and the fourth inning for the Halos. Nine hits for the Angels, 11 for Kansas City. Two on the way. This is out to center. Dyson is there to score. Hamilton. Sac fly for Cayaspo makes it 8-3 Royals. That'll bring up Chris Iannetta. Let's go back to our Hyundai key to the game.
We talked about fireworks, the need to be able to hit home run or 2 in this game, and obviously needing that now to get all the way back. Good approach there by Cayaspo, driving in Hamilton, who hit a rocket up the middle. He's up scoring a run, so there's plenty of opportunities to get back in this game, just looking for that one key hit to get the Angels rolling.
Howie at first, 1 out. Here's Iannetta, 1 for 2 tonight. RBI single in the fourth inning, picking up his 12th run batted in. One out. One 0 pitch. Down low.
Next pitch will be pitch number 100 for Davis. More than likely his last batter here.
Yeah, most pitches he's thrown in the game this year, 98, and that was 2 starts ago. Two 0. Off the plate, 3 balls and no strikes.
Playing the third and fourth inning, 22 pitches, 21 pitches. Hasn't been easy for him. He certainly had a significant lead early on. 8-run lead after that 7-run third inning. It's been tough for him.
Three balls and 1 strike. J.B. Shuck is on deck. To the one pitch that Davis has gone back to, and just over the last couple of innings, because in the early innings he didn't really need to because he was working ahead. The Angel hitters were getting themselves out. He's falling behind here. A little 91-mile-per-hour cut fastball is what he kind of falls back to.
Yeah, that's the one pitch he seems to be able to throw for a strike.
Now the 3-1. So we're going to miss. Full count. Unlike Guthrie last night, where Jeremy pretty much worked on the outside part of the plate, he would give you that four-seam fastball in. We haven't seen that a whole lot from Davis. It's been mostly away against right-handed batters.
Trying to throw the fastball away, cut fastball away, breaking ball away.
1 run in, Kendrick over at first. Full count with 1 out. Now he doesn't go, and that is a walk. So 2 on and 1 out may have been the last batter for Wade Davis. And sure enough, here comes Ned Yost. Tim Collins, the lefty, is ready. And the move has been made. We've got ourselves a pitching change here in the 6th inning with 1 out. The Angels with a couple of men on base, trailing 8-3.
Rethink possible. And by Kia. Visit your Southern California Kia retailers or mysocalkia.com.
Back out here at the Big A, the Angels down by the score of 8-3 here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Wade Davis is done after 5 1/3, throwing 103 pitches, 9 hits allowed. 3 runs, all charged to him. He's responsible for the 2 guys on base. It's Howie Kendrick at second. Chris Inetta at first. As Tim Collins, the left-hander, comes on in relief here. And J.B. Shuck will bat against Tim Collins. 11 games this year, 1-1 mark and a 4.26 ERA.
He's got a good fastball, power fastball, 91 to 96, curveball, changeup. He can be wild at times. He's 4 walks this year in 12 2/3, but we've seen in the past, if you're patient against him, he'll work a walk or so.
Shuck tonight is 0 for 1, struck out looking in the third, walked in the fourth. Moustakas in at third base, and the first one is down and away. Hosmer deep at first base. Top of the order, and Eric Ibar on deck. Aaron Crow getting ready, the right-hander who pitched last night as well for Kansas City. One ball, one strike. One. Got a piece of it. Breaking ball, 1-2.
J.B. Shuck is going to try to stay back, let the baseball travel, and hit it into left field here.
Two and two.
One big curveball, off-speed change of the pitch before. That one at 74. About 55% of his pitches are fastball, but he does throw a lot of curveballs and changeups.
Here's the 1-2. And this is lined into right field, a base hit. That'll fall in ahead of Kane. Kendrick will stop at third base, and they're loaded up for Ibar.
Well, that's a pretty good piece of hitting by J.B. Shuck. That was a tough pitch. It was down. Just made contact with it. Especially after that big curveball, the pitch before, did a nice job of staying within his swing and got down and got that fastball. Now another opportunity for Eric Ibar. Happy with that approach. Still some life, only down by 5. With the bases loaded here with 1 out.
Collins stays in to face Ibar. Eric 0 for 3. A line out, a pop-up, and a double play ball. Kendrick at third, Inett at second, Shuck at first. Slow breaking ball drops in there. Eric's the type of guy, especially from the right side of the plate, that likes to hook a little slow breaking ball down and in, down the left field line.
And Gordon playing extremely shallow in left field.
Eric just 3 for 15 this year from this side of the plate. This flipped out to center. Dyson a long run in. He's there. They'll make the catch. Kendrick will stay at third base. 2 outs. Eric chasing the off-speed pitch.
Yo's probably going to go to the right-hander down the bullpen now. Face Mike Trout.
Again, the Angels have had several opportunities here over the last couple of innings to get something going, and still can, as Ned Yost is going to go to the bullpen. Aaron Crow will face Mike Trout when we return. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The Angels down 5. Bottom of the 6th inning with 2 outs. Aaron Crow takes over on the mound. He pitched last night. He ended up going 1 inning, allowed a run on a hit, and he also walked a man. Iannetta got the RBI ground out. But Crow did not face this part of the order. He faced Hamilton, Kendrick, Callaspo, Iannetta, Shuck.
Yeah, good fastball, 93 to 97, slider, changeup. Last night, Mike Trout quick through the baseball, inner half of the plate, and that baseball went a long way. I asked him, did that feel pretty good during batting practice? Yeah, I got jammed a little bit. Then he started laughing. He said, yeah, I squared that one up as good as I can hit one.
Howie Kendrick standing at third base. Chris Iannetta at second. J.B. Shuck at first. First one on the way from Crow. Oh, way outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
Crow will overthrow his slider, too. 2 wild pitches this year.
One 1-0 pitch. Inside. 2 balls, no strikes.
Well, these are the times, though, you think, should you take your 2-0? No. If you're Mike Trout, you get a fastball, you could do some damage. You jump on this pitch right now. You have a pitcher that knows he has to throw a strike. You got Albert Pujols on deck. This could be a perfect pitch to do damage.
Two-0 pitch. Outside, 3 balls and no strikes. Now you got to be very patient here.
Yeah, I think this one now you take because you're going to get the exact same pitch. 3-0, 3-1.
Here's the 3-0. He walked him. It is 8-4 Kansas City.
And you're bringing up the potential tying run here in Albert Pujols with all those career numbers against Kansas City.
That run gets charged to Wade Davis. Second walk picked up by Trout. Picks up his 28th run batted in.
And Albert Pujols last night, where he crushed one also. 4 home runs hit by the Angels last night. Pujols has done a lot of damage against Kansas City throughout his career. He already has 2 hits in this game. "12 career grand slams for Pujols, a batting average of .381. The right guy up in this spot.
Albert, the 8th man to bat here, the 6th inning. The first one on the way. Takes a strike. 2 for 3 tonight. Couple of singles, a double play ball, and RBI. Pujols now with 23 runs batted in. And Iannetta at third base, Shuck at second, Trout at first. Of the trail runners with good speed. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. 0-2. Spanning that zone.
Well, if you're Chris Iannetta, you got to be looking in terms of watching to see if this next pitch, the slider, will be in the dirt. See if you can score a gift run.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yost thought this was going to be an easy one, and all of a sudden he looks out to the plate and sees Pujols up.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded, down by 4. Slider off the plate, 2-2. Almost kind of got around now and almost slowed down the body to throw that one.
He almost wanted to make sure he threw a strike. Now as a pitcher, you still have an option here. 2-2, you can still stick with your slider. 3-2, you have to go fastball.
Two pitch. Albert pulls one over to third. Moustakis has a little bit of a bobble. The inning comes to an end as the Angels leave them loaded. They scored twice, though. Still trail at 8-4. Dealers, visit ramtrucks.com today. And by 76, we're on the driver's side. Top of the seventh here at the Big A. The Angels, again, with a golden opportunity to draw even closer. They did pick up 2 runs, now trail at 8-4. Garrett Richards back out for his second inning of work. Struggled with command in the 6th inning, but held the Royals scoreless. He'll face Kane, Moustakas, and Perez here in the 7th inning.
Well, you still feel that the Angels have another rally or 2 in them. You got 3 more innings to get all the way back in the game. Now it's up to Garrett Richards to have that shutdown inning after the Angels scored 2 in the bottom of the 6th.
Lorenzo Cain 1 for 3. Bases clearing, double in the 3rd inning. Looks at a strike. Royals left him loaded in the 6th. Caught the inside corner on the breaking ball. Halos have left 8 men on base tonight. Kansas City is stranded 6. Royals have out hit the Angels by 1. 11 hits to 10 as Kane bounces that one off his body. Still an 0-2 count.
Well, it looked like Albert had a hanging breaking ball in the inner part of the plate. He hit that ground ball to third base. So he was upset going down the line. A pitch he can drive. Just got out in front enough to get the ball on the ground, and Moustakas able to make the play against him.
This was line past Callaspo and down the line. A bad located breaking ball, and Kane is in there with a leadoff double on an 0-2 pitch. Second double of the ball game. He's got 8 on the year.
Boy, similar to the 0-1 breaking ball. It stayed on the inner half, and this was spinning on the inside part of the plate, and he turns on it and down the line.
Mike Moustakas, the third baseman's 1 for 3 tonight. Double back in the second. A little bit high. That's 1 ball, no strikes. Ground ball is short, and that'll keep Kane at second base. 1 out. Fans on Saturday, the Angels will be hosting the White Sox at 105. Fans in attendance will receive a camel hat courtesy of State Farm while supplies last. Purchase your tickets today at the Angel Stadium ticket office or by logging on at angels.com.
Well, now if you're Garrett Richards, you got to vary your look back at second. Kane unable to advance on that ground ball out by Moustakas. I think in terms of trying to steal a base here. Might be surprised if you see Howie do a daylight pickoff play at second.
Kane takes off and right on cue. I mean, Chris Iannetta had no shot whatsoever if you don't vary your looks. Just timed it perfectly.
Slow to the plate, but didn't get any opportunity to be able to, like I said, I knew he was going to think in terms of trying to steal, especially after Moustakas was unable to advance him.
Infield is in now, no 1 count on Perez. Oh, 2.
Well, all you have to do there in that spot as a pitcher, just look once, look twice. Next time you get the baseball, look 3 times. Don't give him that same look each time.
Ball and 2 strikes now.
Kane with his 6th stolen base of the year.
Fouled off to the right. Still at 1-2. Late on that fastball at 95.
When Richards needs the strikeout here. Certainly has that capability of getting a punch out.
Elliott Johnson on deck. Here's the 1-2. In tight. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Barry Enright giving up 4 runs in 2 innings plus 3 batters. Mark Lowe finished up that 3rd inning, giving up 4 runs himself on 4 hits. Roth with 2 innings. Richards working his 2nd inning. 2-2 on the way. Breaking ball rolled foul.
Well, he's been getting around his breaking ball tonight, Garrett Richards. Each one of them has been staying on the inner half against a right-handed batter. It means you're getting quick. That front shoulder, you see him shaking his head. His front shoulder's opening it up. He's got to keep that shoulder tucked in. Just like as a hitter, you want to keep your front shoulder tucked in to be able to get through the baseball. Same thing when you're on the mound.
Right back off the body of Richards and into center field. 9-4 Kansas City. Perez picks up the RBI, his 2nd of the night.
And because he's been ineffective with his breaking pitch as a hitter, you're just looking fastball. Even though it's 95, you're looking fastball. And it was elevated and right back up through the middle.
Right between the legs there.
Boy, if that hits the pitching rubber in the air and it goes to a fielder, that's a fly ball out.
A bounce or foul on the first base side.
That would have been pretty close.
So the Royals get one of those runs back. Oh, the missed opportunities for the Angels offensively. Granted, in the hole, 8-0, but
well, what you hope for is get Albert Pujols up in a situation where you can tie the game up at one swing.
Eric Ibar has stranded 6 tonight. He'll go for 4. Pujols has left 4 on.
When Albert had his pitch, too, he just got out in front.
There's only been one clean 1-2-3 inning. That was Michael Roth in the fifth inning. Johnson goes down for the second out.
There's a little better break on that curveball that time for Garrett Richards. Threw the baseball and straight down. 12-6 break on that curveball.
Gerard Dyson, the center fielder, up now. Fouls the first one back. Dyson 1 for 4 tonight. Check that, 1 for 3. Had a walk in the third inning. RBI triple in the third. Looks like Aaron Crow will be done for Kansas City. 1-1. Calvin Herrera, the right-hander, getting ready.
He can get that fastball 94 to 100.
He's been inconsistent this year. 1-1 pitch. Tap foul, 1-2. Herrera this year at 16 1/3 innings of relief, 6 home runs allowed.
When you throw that hard, you make a mistake and you just make decent contact, it's going to go a long way.
Halos in the 7th. We'll have Trumbo, Hamilton, and Kendrick. 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
See, getting around that breaking ball once again. The thing I've always talked with Mike Butcher about Garrett Richards as far as mechanics, very difficult to repeat the mechanics with his breaking pitch. As he throws across his body and he has to really make sure he stays back long enough to be able to play catch up with his arm.
Dyson rolls one over to short. Ibar will go on to first, and the out is recorded. The Royals do get a run on a couple of hits. 7th inning stretch time, 9-4 Kansas City. Rivalry goes to the Boston Red Sox. Scooby, do you agree with that? Didn't mean to put you on the spot there.
No.
So who do you think? All time?
All time. Of recent history, no question, the Red Sox and the Angels. Of course, a couple playoff runs, especially when Joe Torre was managing the Yankees against Mike Scioscia. But back in the day, from the 70s through the most of the 80s, the Kansas City Royals and the Angels had a big-time rivalry going. At that point, both part of the AL West. Along with the White Sox, the Rangers, Seattle, Oakland.
Kelvin Herrera takes over on the mound. 17th game this year, 2-3 mark, a 4.41 ERA. 76 games last year for Kansas City, with 4-3 with a 2.35 earned run average.
It's pretty amazing though. 16 and a third innings pitched, 6 home runs for a guy that throws 94 to 100 with a very good changeup and curveball.
Just 23 years of age, and Mark Trumbo will look at his strike. Native of the Dominican Republic. Trumbo's 0 for 3 tonight. Crow went 1/3 of an inning, walked a man. That was Trout, then got Pujols to ground out to end that 6th inning threat, I should say, pardon me.
Look at your first pitch out of the bullpen was 100. Your second at 98.
It's all downhill. 1-1 on the way. And Mark just can't seem to lay off that high fastball in.
And that's even more difficult when you're dealing with 99 in. And it's up and in. It's not down and in, but it's up and in, which makes it even more difficult to make contact.
0 for 11 in the series, 0 for his last 14. Hit in the air toward the alley in left center field. Dyson's not going to get there. That's a one-hopper off the fence. Trumbo's on his way to second, and he is in there with a leadoff double.
Well, how quick must you be able to swing through the baseball to hit a ball that hard on a high fastball at 99?
See, that was a high fastball. That wasn't the one that's been in off the plate that has been giving him so much trouble over the last couple of games.
Maybe that swing right there will get him going once again. That fastball, like you mentioned, Victor, out over the plate in which he get his arms extended. Perez is setting up in. And Kane initially took one step and realized he had no chance of tracking down that double by Trumbo, his 10th of the year.
3rd straight inning in which the Angels have had their leadoff man on. Trumbo at second. Here's Hamilton. First one's outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Josh 1 for 3. A single with a run scored in the 6th inning.
Boy, that baseball was hit extremely well for him up the middle.
Double by Trumbo, the 11th hit for the Angels tonight. Off-speed pitch at 89 miles per hour.
He does have a real good changeup. He's got 22 punch-outs and 16 and a third. A lot of them, even though he throws 99 to 100, his changeup, he throws quite a few of them.
Double, I should say, for Trumbo, his 10th of the year. 2-1 pitch. Off speed again. 2-2.
2 changeups in this sequence. 2 really good pitches against Hamilton. Turns over that circle changeup way out in front by Hamilton.
Perez set up outside. Swing and a miss and a high fastball. There is out number 1. So Trumbo still at second base. Kendrick coming up. Remember, join us after the ball game. Angels Live, presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Coming up next. Kendrick 2 for 3 tonight. A couple of singles, a couple of runs scored.
Well, every one of those fastballs has been up in the strike zone so far for him.
Little ground ball to first. 2 outs. Advancing to third is Trumbo. So 2 outs now. Callaspo coming up. Alberto with a couple of hits himself. 2 for 2. Had a sac fly in the 6th inning. Picked up his 9th RBI. Callaspo fouls it off. 1 ball, 1 strike. Halos tonight 3 for 8 with men in scoring position.
Only so many opportunities throughout this game.
A 2-1 count. Boy, Herrera with a good fastball. Certainly not afraid to throw it at any point of the count. Last pitched on Saturday in the loss to New York. Three and 1. 76 appearances last year, a Royals record, rookie record, I should say.
When you elevate your fastball enough, you're going to have some contact made against you. Talked about those 6 home runs allowed.
And he walked it. So 2 on, 2 outs for Chris Iannetta. Dave Island, the pitching coach, is going to come out. Nine total walks in this ballgame. 5 by the Royals, 4 by the Angels. Pardon me, 10. 5 and 5 now. Miscounted one of the Angels' ones.
I mean, if you're Ned Yost right now, that's something you don't want to have happen as far as guys coming out of the bullpen walking batters that give your opponent an opportunity to get back in the game with 1 swing of the bat.
Trumbo standing at third and Callaspo at first base. Here's Iannetta, 1 for 2. RBI single in the 4th inning. 12th run batted in. Drew a walk to load him up, to help load him up in the 6th. That pitch way inside.
Well, he cannot control his fastball at all, and it's fortunate for Iannetta that didn't get him.
I'm surprised Iannetta was capable of controlling his arms going up. That got on him in a hurry.
Well, his best pitch really is his changeup so far as command of the strike zone. Threw 2 really good ones to Hamilton, and that's a real good one there to Iannetta.
Bottom of the 7th inning, 9-4 Kansas City. Another off-speed pitch. Better be careful on that one. Elevated and tailing back toward a right-handed batter.
Extremely hittable.
Royals playing Iannetta the opposite way. 2-1 pitch. Upstairs, 3 and 1. Might we have another opportunity with the bases loaded?
No question. It's going to be a difficult pitch for him to throw in the strike zone right now. He's going to start aiming the baseball. And Yost hasn't called down to the bullpen to get anybody up yet. If he does walk Iannetta, he might think in terms of calling down to that bullpen.
3-1 pitch. Iannetta bounces it foul, so full count now. Hayaswa's going to take off with the pitch. Full count of 2 outs. Shuck on deck. Here's the payoff. Flare out to shallow right. Kane was playing in. Makes the catch. The inning comes to an end. The Angels leave a couple of more on base. 7 in the books. It is 9-4 Kansas City. Head and shoulders, the whiff, Garrett Richards. This is against Elliott Johnson. Tapper foul. Got him with that slider for strike number 2. And then for the whiff, big curveball. Yeah, how about that? Michael Kahn takes over on the mound now for Garrett Richards. Richards going 2 innings, giving up a run on 3 hits. Kahn here in the 8th inning will be facing 2, 3, and 4 Escobar, Gordon, and Butler.
Kahn's fastball 93-95. Last time out, consistently threw all his fastballs at 95. Very good slider also.
Now City's Escobar, the shortstop, set to lead things off. 1 for 4 tonight. Single with a run scored in the 3rd inning. 7-run 3rd inning. 11 men to the plate for Kansas City. Kahn's first one's in for a strike. First action Kahn has seen in this series. Michael has pitched Sunday night, 1/3 of an inning. Gave up a hit and had a strikeout. In the air, foul on the first base side. 0-2 count. 31,917. A lot of those folks very disappointed early on, especially the way with Enright and Lowe threw the ball in that 3rd inning.
A lot of discussion about Ryan Matson, though, before the game with Mike Scioscia. There was talk about maybe he being activated fairly soon, but he will go on a rehab assignment a bit longer.
Kahn picks up the strikeout for the first out here in the 8th. Yeah, Brian. Many folks thought that Ryan would be coming back this weekend. hopes of rejoining the bullpen after having a very good outing a couple of days ago against Inland Empire. But Mike Scioscia, the baseball operations staff, deciding to send him to AAA for not an extended rehab, but a rehab nonetheless, in that he didn't have a spring training this year. Didn't really have a spring training last year as he got shut down by the Reds to have Tommy John surgery.
The talk was maybe be there for 2 to 3 weeks. And then when Mike Scioscia was asked that again in the dugout, he says, well, if we feel he's ready after a couple times down, or he might be up sooner rather than later. But the point being, though, he didn't have any spring training whatsoever. And these are just a couple games he's pitched in. And you mentioned since last season. So you got to get acclimated to the mound and game situations before you're asked to go out and perform, especially where he's going to be pitching at it, the end of the game, back end of the bullpen. Whether it starts out with the 8th inning, eventually an opportunity to close some games.
Two balls and a strike on Alex Gordon. The left fielder's had a 3-hit game. 3 singles and a walk. Broken bat pop-up. Callaspo back a couple of steps.
Where the key is having come up with either no outs or 1 out. Pops that one up with 1 out. Well, those numbers with 2 outs is amazing.
Two outs, nobody on for Billy Butler, the DH. A pedestrian 1 for 3 tonight. 2 RBI single in the 3rd inning. Breaking ball in for a strike. The Angels in the bottom of the 8th will have 9, 1, and 2 coming up. Shuck, Ibar, and Trout. Herrera looks like he'll be coming back out for another inning. These 5 batters in the 7th. That is lined out toward right center field. Trout moving over, makes the grab. A 1-2-3 inning for Cobb. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. The Angels still down.
To lead the game 9-4. J.B. Shuck leading off here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Herrera still in the game for Kansas City.
9, 1, and 2 for the Angels here in the 8th inning. 11 hits, 10 left on for the Halos tonight. Herrera struggled with command last inning, delivers ball 1. And again with a fastball missing out of the strike zone. Shuck 1 for 2 with a strikeout, a walk, and a single. 2-1 count.
Shuck had a nice at bat back in the 6th inning, which he got the base hit against Tim Collins, a lefty, tough lefty.
Two-one pitch. Ground ball to short. Escobar's got it. 1 out. MLB.TV celebrates 11 years with new low yearly prices. Watch every out-of-market game live on over 350 supported mobile and connected devices in HD quality with MLB.TV Premium. Visit MLB.TV today. Baseball everywhere. Eric Ibar tonight 0 for 4. Fly ball to center field his last time up. That was in the 6th inning. Evens count. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, it seems like when he doesn't overthrow the fastball, he's got much better command of it. Even though it's only 98 as compared to 100, he's got a better chance of keeping that fastball down and keeping it in the ballpark instead of elevating his fastball.
Hit in the air towards center field. Dyson giving chase. Track it down shy of the track. 2 down. Two up and 2 down. Mike Trout coming up now. Trout gets up the going with 2 outs here. Only so many times you can expect the offense to come back and with multiple base runners on board. We've mentioned plenty of opportunities, but just haven't been able to capitalize. They've tried to. The Royals have tried to give the Angels the opportunity.
Yeah, some walks, some gift runners, some opportunities. 10 left on base this game for Mike Scioscia's Angels. But a 7-run 3rd inning certainly did not help the cause. 8-0 deficit early on.
"26 pitches, 95 miles per hour or more." Talking himself out there.
Well, they have some arms down in that bullpen that can rush up there in the mid to upper 90s, touching 100. Last year, a lot of innings and appearances out of that bullpen. By the end of the year, they were worn out. But with their starting staff they have this year, a better opportunity to be able to rest that bullpen.
A little different tonight with Wade Davis just pitching with the going 5 1/3 tonight as Trout hammers one to straightaway center field. Dyson at the wall with his speed, not going to get it. A big fly for Mike Trout. It is 9-5 Kansas City. 8th of the year for Trout.
7th home run that Herrera has allowed this year as Mike Trout had himself a real good game. Double home run, 2 walks, 2 runs scored. Eighth home run now. Well, he hit that ball well last night. He's hit extremely well to center field off the rock pile.
I'm wondering if that ball ricocheted back and maybe got Dyson, who had jumped up on the fence. Royals trainer Ned Yost are going to go out there and they talked to him, but that ball ricocheted off the rocks out there and kind of came back.
Yeah, because that hit off the rocks and came back quick.
Unless he hurt himself climbing the wall. Trout now with 6 home runs in his last 14 games. It looks like he's holding that ankle.
Because he tried to get up, but that was well over the wall in center field. And then what he did is he got that cleat caught in the wall as he tried to scale up and even trying to hold on because he knew he got that ankle pretty good on the way up the wall. So he's going to come out of the game here. That's the thing, though. Sometimes when you go to scale up the wall and you put your cleat into the wall, and all of a sudden there's no give. And that's like exactly what happened to him. His right ankle.
So Lorenzo Cain will move over to center field, and Jeff Francoeur will take over in right.
And a better view here is trying to see how far he can get up in the wall, but the cleat into the wall and not a lot of give as he tried to climb up, and you can tell he was hurt right away. He tried to hold on to the wall on the way down. When he put more pressure on the ankle.
So Dyson making that slow walk off the field.
He really got everything started in that third inning when he worked the walk after being behind 0-2 in the count.
Yeah. Hey folks, Fox Saturday Baseball returns this week as Paul Konerko of the White Sox take on Mike Trout of the Angels here at the Big A. Fox Saturday Baseball returns this week, 12:30 p.m. Pacific time. That'll be game number 3 of a 4-game series. The series begins tomorrow night. Angels.
By the way, this feels right now that Mike Trout is just going to take off from this point forward. He's starting to drive the ball to all fields. Patience at the plate. It's good to see him with 2 walks tonight, a home run, a double.
Another multi-hit game for Trout tonight. He's been starting to rack those up. That's his 17th of the year. Alex Gordon now with 19. He and Miguel Cabrera tied at the top of the American League leaderboard in multi-hit games. Bases cleared, 2 outs. Here's Albert. 2 for 4 tonight. RBI single in the third.
Trout with now 23 extra base hits this year.
One ball, 1 strike. Well, Albert would like to have that at bat in the 6th inning over again. Bases loaded against Aaron Crow. Got a breaking ball. A 2-2 count and grounded out to third to end the inning. Hey, Albert kind of spun out of the batter's box there, kind of in an odd fashion. Looks like maybe that bothered his right shoulder a little bit.
He's looking out over the plate and tried to get out as he's turning, try to avoid that baseball hitting his hand. Running that 4-seam fastball with a lot of movement on it.
And again, Albert kind of rotating that arm a little bit.
Well, early in the game, Memory stepped on the base awkwardly and kind of twisted his ankle to go along with what he's been dealing with already this year.
Yeah, exactly. 2-2 on the way. A full count now. Trumbo's on deck. Payoff pitch, and that almost hit him.
Missed by a lot on that fastball. Perez is setting up away, and it's up and in again. This is bad for Pujols. Trying to get out of the way. Very difficult as you try to catch up to a fastball that's going to be 99 to 100. So you want to be starting with your swing, but then all of a sudden you look up and this fastball's right up and in on you. You're just fortunate enough it doesn't hit you.
So Trumbo steps up. Trumbo's the first guy Herrera faced in the 7th inning, and marked doubled, but was stranded at third base. 9-5, Kansas City, bottom of the 8th inning. The double for Trumbo, snapping an 0 for 14.
Starting him off with a changeup. A lot of pitches thrown for Herrera. 40 pitches now thrown. 20 in the strike zone, 20 out.
An 0-2 count. I think it's going to be Herrera's last batter regardless. You got Josh Hamilton on deck. Bruce Chen, longtime major leaguer. Crafty lefty, getting ready in the bullpen.
He's done a nice job out of the bullpen. He's been a starter pretty much throughout his career.
Oh, 2 pitch. Foul back.
He was actually on that 99-mile-an-hour fastball that was up around his letters. Wouldn't be surprised if you see a changeup of Herrera right now, though. As a hitter, you're trying to gear up to that fastball. Very difficult to stay back and make contact on a changeup.
Down in the dirt, gets away, and Pujols will advance to second.
Sneak that changeup, and it was down. Perez didn't really get that body in front of it to keep it from getting away from him. Just tried to use the glove to block it.
Chopper to short. Escobar has it. And it comes to an end, but the Angels get a run on the Trout home run, his 8th of the year. We will head to the 9th, and it's 9-5 Royals.
Big 3rd inning for the Royals. The difference maker in this game, Billy Butler, drives in 2. And Lorenzo Cain double down the line, drives in 3, part of a 7-run 3rd inning. Dyson hits one to the wall, finishing off that big inning. At that point, putting the Royals up 8-0. The Angels have battled their way back, and of course, in the 8th inning, with 1 out, Mike Trout, home run to center field, his 6th home run in the month of May. 8th overall for Mike Trout.
Top of the 9th, and it's Robert Cuello coming on in relief here to face the Kansas City Royals, face Hosmer, Kane, and Moustakas. Cuello pitched 2 scoreless on Monday. With 4 strikeouts and allowed 1 hit. This being his 3rd appearance as a member of the Angels. First one is upstairs. Michael Kahn, by the way, went 1 inning. Faced 3 batters and had a strikeout. Eric Hosmer tonight 0 for 3. Walked and scored in the 3rd inning. Bouncer toward the middle. Kendrick to the backhand. 1 out. Kansas City with 9 runs, 7 of which came in the 3rd inning. 13 total hits, no runs, 7 left on. The Angels with 5 runs, 12 hits, no errors, and 11 men left on base. A couple of extra base hits for Lorenzo Cain tonight. 2 doubles. 3 runs batted in, a couple of runs scored.
8 doubles now in the season for him.
Off the plate. It's 2 balls and a strike. Cuello, a nice story in order to get back to the big leagues. A guy that was drafted by the Cincinnati Reds in the 20th round as a catcher. This one's fouled back. And it was with the Angels organization. He was in the minor leagues with the Angels. It was suggested to him that he become a closer, a pitcher. Kind of like the Troy Percival mold.
Certainly has a good fastball. You might see his split finger fastball here. And that was it. And Mike Scioscia described that as more of a fork ball with screwball type action on that splitter.
Full count with 1 out. Moustakas on deck. Fouled off to the right. Almost a great catch by a fan in the upper deck that brought the glove. Still striking the pose up there. Called strike 3. Down goes Cain. 2 outs.
It's a pretty good life on that fastball. Runs it in, gets the benefit of that call just off the corner.
Moustakas 1 for 4 with a double and a run scored back in the 2nd inning. It's only hit the series. 6th double. That came with 2 outs, and he eventually scored the first run. That was off of Enright. The Angels in the bottom of the 9th inning will have Hamilton, Kendrick, and Callaspo. Rick Holland, the closer, is getting ready for Kansas City. Off the glove, 2-1. This one to the right side, sliding and picking it up cleanly is Howie Kendrick. And Cuello has himself a 1-2-3-9 play to the bottom of the inning. The Angels down 9-5.
8-5 here in the bottom of the 9th inning.
The Angels coming up here with Josh Hamilton set to lead things off. On behalf of the Angels family, I'd like to pass our condolences on to Fred White's family, the Kansas City Royals, and their extended family. Fred, a longtime member of the Royals broadcast crew, teamed up for many, many years with Denny Matthews, the Hall of Famer, to call Royals games on the radio, and as of late was serving as the Director of Broadcasting Services for the Royals. We found out today that Fred passed away. And once again, our
real good
condolences.
friends, both of us. I had such a good time over the years talking with Fred. He was a tremendous voice, not only for Royals baseball, but doing a lot of college basketball games. One of the best in the business ever. Miss a dear friend there.
Grew up listening to him and Denny calling Royals baseball for a long, long time. Greg Holland, the closer, falls behind at 1 ball, no strikes. Hamilton fouls it back. Holland 1-1, 3.46 ERA, 7 saves on the year. This, of course, not a save situation. 13 innings, 13 hits, 21 strikeouts, 7 walks.
One of his power arms, 93-98. Slider and split finger fastball.
2 balls and a strike. Hamilton tonight 1 for 4, a single with a run scored in the 6th inning. Herrera went 2 innings, gave up a run on 2 hits, including the Trout home run. He walked 2 and struck out 1. Two and two. Two-two pitch from Holland. This one's pulled foul. Just wide of the bag at first. Now the 2-2. In the air to shallow left. One out.
Well, there's a lot of positives as far as Josh Hamilton's swing away. Even though that was an out to left field, he's getting his timing down. The well-hit baseball up the middle, just missed a couple other swings during the course of the game, but you add in the fact that last night with that home run to center field, getting more comfortable at the plate, looking back at his swing from 2010, looking at tape, getting that together.
That looks like Josh talking about Holland's delivery, almost straight over the top, and the movement that he has.
Yeah, a lot of times when you throw straight over the top, you don't have much movement. Usually when you think of guys with movement on the fastball, 3/4 delivery, he's right over top. That allows him to have that good split finger fastball too from that delivery.
Yeah, the other thing that makes him funky too is that he kind of falls off, peels off to the first base side and over the top.
And he separates from the glove from the get-go. Doesn't really ever keep his hand in his glove.
Now tonight, 2 for 4 with a couple of singles and 2 runs scored. Fouled back. 1-2. The Angels just dug themselves a hole. Too deep to climb out from. 8-0 deficit.
They had some chances, though. There's no question. Even though they were behind, they still had some good approaches at the plate. Howie with a couple hits. He's had a good game today himself. Right over the top. Four-seam fastball. The one thing it does allow you to do as a hitter, you can track the baseball a little bit more so than a guy that's a little bit different delivery from 3/4. He opens up, so you have, not that you have a lot of time to pick up the baseball because it's up coming in there at 96, 98, but because that front shoulder's opening up and it's straight over the top as a hitter, your chance of seeing the balls improves slightly.
This one lofted out to left field. Gordon coming on. The left fielder will make the running catch for the second out. So Callaspo comes up 2 for 2. 2 singles, a sac fly, and a walk. Holland delivers a strike. Lost tonight. The Angels would fall back to 10 games under 500 and 11 games back in the West. Texas defeating Oakland earlier this afternoon. Kansas City would pick up their 20th win. As Callaspo rolls this one over to Elliott Johnson. And the Royals take the series by winning the finale by the score of 9-5.
Boy, a tough one. Kansas City scoring all those runs in the first game, scoring 9, including 7 in the third inning to open the game up. 8-0 at that point. Royals win 9-5. Wade Davis picks up the victory. Of course, now 3-3. Barry Enright picking up his second loss with no wins so far. But an opportunity to come back, unable to do so, as Kansas City's able to pull this out and win this series 2-1. Lorenzo Cain, big game. Billy Butler, 9 RBIs in this series. And Angels Live, which will be presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers, is coming up next. Victor Rojas, Jose Moto will break it down from the desk, and Jamie Maggio is going to be in, get some interviews in the clubhouse. Coming up next,